creepy? I'm your host, Mr. Creepy. Don't fall into the wishing well. Listen to my stories from hell. Ghosts in the afterlife. The werewolf who chomped his wife. A headless dentist on a ATV. The chicken corpse haunting KFC. Ever seen a vampire on a plane? A zombie slurping brains? While you're in your bedroom smoking Indo, didn't you notice the ghoul at your window? Sit back and relax your bones. Get onto your laptops or your phones. The YouTube address FYI is Mr. Creepy's time to die.
Bad evening. I'm your host, Mrs. Creepy. Tonight's story is about Winnie the Pooh and his good friend Christopher Robinson. Poor Christopher Robinson. His wicked imagination leaves him and his friends in stitches. On a bright and sunny day, Winnie the Pooh, along with his best friend Christopher, stroll through the woods where all their friends live.
It's such a beautiful day, isn't it, Christopher?
Pooh happily asks.
It is, Pooh. It is.
Christopher replies to his old friend.
I can't wait for our friends to join us on such a lovely day.
Pooh says excitedly.
Here we are at Piglet.
But before Pooh could finish his sentence, he and Christopher come upon a ghastly sight. There, impaled on a stake, are the charred remains of their pig friend. Both Christopher and Pooh gasp in horror, shocked beyond belief.
Oh dear, something awful has happened to our pig friend,
Pooh screams.
We have to contact the others,
Christopher says with urgency. They quickly run to another one of their friends' houses, but upon arriving, they both once again gasp in horror as they are met with another horrific sight. Laid on the ground is the bloody pelt of their tiger friend.
Oh no! Something awful has happened to our other friend as well.
We have to hurry to check up on the others,
Christopher yells out. But when the two arrive at yet another friend's house, to their dismay, he too has met the same fate as the others.
This is horrible. I can't believe this is happening.
Somebody is killing our friends,
Christopher tells Pooh.
We have to warn whoever we can.
Without stopping to catch their breaths, both Pooh and Christopher run across the woods in an effort to help whoever they can. However, their greatest nightmares are realized when they see that all the others have also been brutally murdered. Exhausted and stricken with grief, both Pooh and Christopher collapse to the ground. They're both almost too traumatized to speak.
Why would anybody do this?
Pooh mutters, his voice trembling with anguish. With a hesitation in his voice, Pooh's old friend responds,
Because it was the right thing to do,
Christopher says as he slowly gets up from the ground.
What?
I killed all them,
Christopher responds, looking at Pooh straight in the eyes.
You did this?
Pooh asks, heartbroken.
Why?
Don't you get it?
Christopher replies.
Each one of our friends was a figment of my imagination due to my schizophrenia,
Christopher continued.
They each represented a mental illness I was suffering from. OCD. insecurity and autism, narcissism, depression, ADHD, anxiety. And in order for me to be cured of my ailments, I had to kill them,
Christopher exclaims.
But I'm not finished yet,
Christopher says as he slowly walks towards Pooh.
I saved you for last because you were the strongest. I had to let you see the death of all the others. I had to break your spirit,
Christopher continued.
My eating disorder has always been the biggest bane in my life, but now it's all about to end.
Who told you to do this?
Pooh desperately asks.
My doctor,
Christopher answers.
He told me I had to stop playing with Pooh.
Christopher quickly brandishes a knife right before he lunges at his old friend.
Oh, holy shit!
Pooh screams. As Christopher pounces, Pooh fortunately is able to get a hold of his friend's wrist. The two struggle as they both try to gain control of the knife. Desperately fighting for his life, Pooh uses his razor-sharp teeth as he bites his old friend in the shoulder. Christopher screams. All of a sudden, the knife's blade can be heard sinking into flesh. Both Christopher and Pooh's eyes widen in shock. Wake up, Christopher. It's time to wake up. Christopher's eyes open as his doctor's words break the hypnosis. Disoriented at first, a middle-aged Christopher gathers himself as he sits on a chair in the middle of a medical office. Did you do it, Christopher? Did you purge yourself of all of your ailments? His doctor asks. Christopher takes a moment to reflect on everything that had just transpired before answering. Yes, I did, Christopher replies. I think the experiment worked, doctor.
Good,
the doctor happily exclaims.
While we still need to run some tests to make sure, I'm optimistic about the results.
Thank you, doctor, Christopher says with relief. Thank you.
You're welcome,
the doctor joyfully replies, setting down his pen and clipboard.
I'm going to get you some water,
the doctor continues as he gets up from his chair. Thank you, doctor, Christopher responds while rubbing his head.
Is there anything you'd like to eat as well from the cafeteria?
The doctor asks as he heads towards the door. Without warning, a sharp pen plunges deep into the unsuspecting doctor's neck. He falls to the ground, grasping at the gushing wound. As he lays on the ground in a pool of his own blood, the doctor is shocked to see Christopher standing over him, smiling. Honey, Christopher responds,
I'd love to eat some honey.
Mr. Creepy here. Friends, we don't care what you thought of tonight's horror story. If you don't stab the like button and slash the subscribe bell, this will happen to you. No, 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 not my leg!